Welcome to the very first episode of Bake With Me, Hoffy's Heart Style. Hoffy's Heart is my company. I'm the creator and owner of Hoffy's Heart Gluten-Free Bakery and Cafe. And what we do is we offer a variety of gluten-free foods, and we hire individuals with autism to give them hands-on, real-world paid job experience. The point of Bake With Me is to do two things. We want to teach you a delicious gluten-free recipe, which, by the way, if you're not gluten-free, it's no big deal. Just use regular flour instead of gluten-free flour. And we are going to invite a very special guest each episode so that you can learn about a different disability and how it affects each person and the challenges that they go through every single day. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to our very first guest, who happens to be my daughter, the very special, the very intelligent, the very beautiful Emma.
Hi.
Welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks.
So I brought you here today not only to make delicious pineapple upside down cake, but so that we can talk about the challenges that you go through every day with your syndrome. And what is that?
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
Ellen DeGeneres what? What is it called?
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And what is that?
So it affects my joints, my skin, my connective tissue. My skin is stretchier than normal, and it just basically affects my joints every day.
Excellent description. So it also makes you super duper bendy,
Yeah.
right? So you're double jointed. Can you show us a little bit about that? Oh, she twists, she turns. How about you do some crazy thing with your thumb? Oh, okay. So there you go. That's part of it. But what else it does is it affects you every day, which we'll discuss while we're baking. So let's get to the good stuff. Oh no, you're the good stuff. But so the first thing we want to do is take our melted butter, a half a cup of melted butter, and we are going to pour it. This is why it's so delicious, guys. You know, it's good stuff. Butter is always good, and you want to use the real stuff for this particular recipe because it makes it nice and rich and buttery. A half a cup of brown sugar. So what I want you to do with this with your pretty old nails is I want you to take the brown sugar and you're just going to sprinkle it around the whole recipe there. There you go. So while we do this, why don't you tell us a little bit about your challenges each day? Like what happens to you with your Ehlers-Danlos?
Well, it makes it hard when I'm working out and running and everything, it makes it hard because my ankles and my knees will start to hurt.
Okay. There's a lot of sugar, so I'm going to help you while we do that. So it's better just grab a big old chunker right there. Okay, so you have trouble like running and stuff because it kind of messes with your joints.
Yeah.
You get a lot of swelling. Are you in pain every day?
Yeah, my back hurts a lot and my knees are hurting while I'm working and working out and everything.
Which, by the way, she does. She works out every day. She's a server at an Italian restaurant, so she doesn't let it stop her, but it does affect her. And there's nothing like being a mama and watching your child be in pain. But she handles it well. She's awesome about it. She has a good spirit. Okay, so now we've got the butter and the brown sugar, and this is the fun part with a pineapple upside down cake. We're gonna make it super pretty. We're gonna take the pineapple and the cherries, and we're gonna place them in the thing right here. I'm gonna show you once, and then you can do some of it. You place a cherry in the middle, and then you put your next pineapple slice, okay? And you're gonna go all around the whole pan like that. So while you do that, I'm gonna talk. I remember when you were younger, when you were first diagnosed, you were cheerleading.
Yes.
And she loved cheerleading. And I'll never forget the appointment we had set up with the doctor to talk to him about whether or not you would be allowed to continue cheerleading because you were diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos.
Yeah.
We were so nervous, right? We went into that appointment. We were like, what's going to happen? And the doctor looked at you and said, I will never tell you not to do something, but I do want you to take precautions, right?
Yeah.
Because she was a base, so she would hold cheerleaders up.
It would hurt my wrists really bad.
It would hurt your wrists. And he said, if somebody stepped the wrong place on your hand, your body would bend with it, but it wouldn't be able to hold it, so it would just break. So we were very concerned, but we allowed you to continue, and you chose to continue, and you did great. And then she quit cheerleading, and I was like, oh, sigh of relief. And then she's like, oh, but I'm going to do lacrosse. And I was like, oh, Lord, here we go again. Even better. So she didn't stop her sports. She continued to do the lacrosse through high school. She did a beautiful job, but she was in pain quite a bit.
That was really hard on my ankles.
That was really hard on your ankles?
Yeah.
What else do you feel like Ehlers-Danlos has, how do you think it has impacted your life?
I feel like it's just hard to do like basic stuff that everyone does every day without it hurting me. So that's a big thing.
And it's interesting because you don't look
You can't
syndromatic.
tell,
You
yeah.
don't look like you have something that affects every single day of your life. But you persevere, and like I said, you're in college and you're working and you still do it. I'm very proud of you. That's pretty amazing. All right, this is excellent. Look at that beautiful thing. So the next step is our dry ingredients. In order to make the pineapple upside down cake, you could easily just grab any yellow cake mix. If you have to be gluten-free, make sure it's a gluten-free yellow cake mix. But for our purposes, we make our own because that's how Hoffy's Heart rolls. So we need 2.5 cups of flour. And then we need 1.25 cups of our granulated sugar. I always use organic cane sugar. It's what I prefer. It tastes better and it's better for you. So why don't we dump it in the bowl of flour first? Okay. And then we're gonna take our baking powder, which is right there, and we're gonna dump it into the dry ingredients, please. That is 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And we need 1 teaspoon of salt. Oh, that was the salt.
Not the baking
We're
powder.
awesome. We're so ahead of the game. So we did 1 teaspoon of salt, and now we've got 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So give that just a tiny little toss. Yeah, try not to everywhere. So that's our dry ingredients. Now we are going to take, I believe, the pineapple juice. So you need 1 cup of liquid. So what I would recommend is taking your reserved pineapple juice and just pouring maybe, I don't know, however sweet you want it, 1/2 cup. And then you're gonna fill the rest of that cup up with milk. Any milk of your choice. I choose not to use real milk, so I use almond milk, but you can use soy, coconut, might give it a little sweeter flavor, or you can use regular milk if you'd like. So we are gonna dump this milk into the larger bowl, please. Or our milk and pineapple juice concoction. So we're gonna mix, this is a boxed Jell-O mix. Make sure it's a gluten-free brand if you have to be gluten-free. We use Jell-O brand. It is gluten-free and it's a vanilla pudding mix. So we're gonna toss that in a little bit there, give that a stir. Awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna dump, it is 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. We're gonna put that in our wet mix. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All right, Miss Emma, grab that orange bowl and we are going to mix our dry mix into our wet mix and we're gonna stir it real good. I love recipes where you really don't need too many bowls, so we've got only 2 big bowls here. You don't have to spread everything out like I did, although I love it this way so that everything's ready. You could just crack things open and put it straight into your bowl. So we're gonna give that a good stir. Once that's well blended, we're gonna add in 1 egg at a time and we're gonna stir it all real good. All right, my dear. How we doing? We're stirred?
Yes.
1 egg at a time. Bam. Very good. So how are you feeling today? How are your muscles today?
I'm okay today. It's just my back, really, but that's
back.
every day, so.
So what helps you not feel in pain? Can you do stretches or?
It helps to do stretches, like when we went to the doctor, that's what he told me, but it's not like guaranteed to help everything, but it does help sometimes. I try to do them.
Did your doctor tell you, I already know the answer, so I'm not asking. Did your doctor tell you how this would affect you in the future?
Yeah, I could end up with arthritis just because it really affects my joints, and so by the time I'm older, I'm sure something like that is going to happen.
Yeah, and the fact that sometimes you can't tell if you've gone too far because you are so bendy.
I get hurt really easily.
Yeah, she gets hurt easy, but you know what? She heals very easily too, so that's good. Sometimes she'll come home and something will be super swollen. I'm like, if I was that swollen, it would take me 2 weeks to heal, but with her, it's just a matter of days. All right, our last egg, guys, and then we're gonna just put it into our pan and bake it. Very exciting. Give that a good stir. Good. Do you take any medicine for the Ehlers-Danlos?
Not usually. If it's really bothering me, I'll take some Advil, but nothing regularly.
That's good. And then I think I recall that your doctor said that if it ever gets so bad, like where she's in really, really bad pain every single day, she could start physical therapy, and that would help as well. All right, you're doing a good job there. Are we pretty well stirred? All right, look at this beautiful batter. We are gonna gently roll this over. If you could move the pan while yeah, look at this help here I got. Beautiful. So we're just gonna try to put this evenly in the pan. so that it bakes evenly. Otherwise, it's no big deal to have a lopsided pineapple upside down cake. Why not add lopsided into that beautiful title? So we are dumping all of our batter, there we go, into this beautiful bundt pan, and then we're just gently, because we don't want to push the pineapples over, we're going to gently even out all the batter. We are going to pop this into a 350-degree oven for 33 to 36 minutes. When you take it out, just pop a toothpick in, make sure it comes out clean, and then you're good to go. So we will be right back with a beautiful pineapple upside down cake. We are back, and we have our cake is baked and we have let it cool, and the only thing left there is to do now is to enjoy it. So we are going to try a slice of this cake, and while we do that, Emma, I just want to say thank you so much for coming here today and sharing with us about your Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and we appreciate what you go through in a day, and as your mama, I'm always here for you, and I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Oh, I feel the love, but we're gonna eat cake. So let's give you a little slice of this. Oh, it's so moist. I know people don't like that word, but we're gonna use it anyway. Here we go. Oh, look at that. It looks delicious. So let me slice a little piece for myself, and we can enjoy this. While we enjoy this delicious cake, if you want more information on Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, please, we will provide a link at the end. Please click on that. And if you want more delicious recipes, stay tuned because we will have more episodes. Thank you. Ready? Oh my gosh.
That's good.
That is so good. Ready? Let's take a big bite.
I have one in my...
You already have one? Okay, ready? Here we go. Oh my god. Oh, that's good. That is so good. I love you.
Love you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want more information on the disability that you learned about today, click the link below, and please subscribe to our channel. Peace, love, and happiness.